Let me make sure it comes through first before I start talking. Alrighty, we are back up, y'all. Thank you for your patience. It's been a very hectic technical type day. So, but thank you for joining us to the Morning Smoke podcast for tonight's conversation. I'm gonna actually, I think what I want to do is I guess we can just start with kind of talking about what we're going to talk about tonight. So we're going to talk about stats and we're going to talk about some analytics. And um, I know my co-host is real passionate about a certain aspect of that. Um, so we'll go over that as well too. So, but just kind of off the cuff, co-host, what do you see? Do you see an even breakdown in between these two fellas when it comes to stats, or do you think one is more than the other, or should all be in totality talked about when it comes to the stats? Talk to me a little bit about that. What are you thinking about that before I go into my spiel?
I'll be brutally honest. I'm not going to stray anything in this conversation from what actually is true.
Mm-hmm.
I don't need to manipulate nothing.
Mm-hmm.
This particular topic is LeBron James' best argument by far.
Mm-hmm.
He the GOAT. It's not even close in any other argument. Statistically, I think that you could talk about per games, you can talk about longevity, you could talk about so many advanced metrics and various types of stats. This is LeBron James' biggest case. I think that he wins the eye test personally. I think that Jordan wins the ring conversation. I can be honest about a whole lot of different things. In stats, Jordan was a straight dog. But what his biggest weakness, the same as we talked about weaknesses in the eye test, we got to be honest in this conversation here. Statistically, LeBron James' weakness is free throw shooting, and he had a career 73% free throw. That's well within league average. He just wasn't elite in that. There's not another metrics in there that he wasn't elite for what he did. Jordan was not elite when it comes to totality. If we're just going to be brutally honest, in the totality of all the stats and things of that nature, he's not elite. He does not beat LeBron in those things, and that matters. It really does. If you for you, it's very difficult to really. It just depends on the lens and when you want to do it. But I'm okay with any truth being brought to the table. I just am not gonna engage in any dishonest angles. I'm not gonna engage in any dishonest approaches or any diminishing of either side. I won't engage in it, and I ask my co-hosts to not engage in that behavior either. That's my spill on stats.
Mm. So when you say dishonest, give me an example of something that would be dishonest when it comes to stats. I'm just curious.
If you wanted to compare Jordan's career to LeBron's, only LeBron's years 1 through 14, 15, 6, whatever it is that you want to compare. If you want to cap off LeBron's career at that, that's a dishonest conversation.
Well, wouldn't you think that long years of certain stats and stuff would that be more accredited to a person's longevity versus?
But it's true.
Okay, okay,
Cutting LeBron's career off at any point and saying, I just want to look at these because that's what Jordan's was, that's dishonest. If you want to compare Jordan's career versus LeBron's career, that's an honest conversation. That's you ask me what I mean. One's honest, one's dishonest. If you want to go per game, that's honest. Even though the per game for Jordan is based on less games, and we all took math, and it's much easier to have better looking percentages and averages with less games played.
so
That is at least truthful.
so answer me this: when it comes to the totality of stats and things of that nature, how would you see that as a fair assessment when one person's career is already done and another person's career is still going? ongoing.
I'm willing to argue what LeBron is accumulated to date. And that's fair because because it's truthful. All I'm saying is anything that's true is fair. Anything that's true that's fair. If you want to have a manipulation, so to speak, in that conversation and try to finagle or twist it to make your guy better or worse, whether that's me or you, that's a dishonest argument. That's all I'm saying. Jordan should be the GOAT. Your case should be as strong as truth.
Oh, I just found it so funny that that when it comes to this part of the conversation, you're not the only person. When it comes to this, that's the first thing that LeBron enthusiasts jump up with. Oh, well, he has this many points now. He does this now.
It's true, though.
He has that now.
It's true.
The common thing in that is now.
It's true.
Um, again, for me, I can't compare a person's career, someone's career who's already finished, done, completed. No, he ain't coming back. It's over.
Yeah.
Can't compare that to a person that's still ongoing.
Why can't you?
Because it's what's the word I want to look for? Inflated. It's inflated information at that point.
What's inflated? Every point that LeBron has scored is not inflated. He scored a point.
If I stop shooting, shots at one point in time, and a person continues to shoot more shots over here,
Yeah,
it's because that person is still shooting the shots. This person has already stopped.
Yeah.
So how can I compare something that somebody's already shooting still over here, but not here?
Let's try it.
It don't make sense.
Hold on, let's try it.
It don't make sense.
You say it don't make. Let's try it.
Because it's like
if
this.
I'm still shooting free throws,
he's still shooting it right here.
Hold on. I'm still shooting free throws, and I hit 100, and you stopped at 80. Let's just compare. Who hit more free throws?
Obviously, the person who hit 100, but that's because they kept shooting.
That's not the point.
That is the point, though.
It's not my fault that you stopped shooting.
Wow.
No. I'm saying, is it true? See,
but
I'm telling you,
I'm not.
It is about what's true.
I'm not talking. Obviously, that's an obvious technicality. Yes, the person that is continuously still shooting.
Are you insinuating a technicality like it's not true?
I didn't say it wasn't true. It's a technicality, though. It is a technicality. That's true.
Why are you using the word technicality? Is it a technicality that Jordan has 6 rings? Is that a technicality?
Nah, it's not, because that happened.
And it's not a technicality that LeBron plays 19 years so far.
Okay, but still, it's because he's still playing. He has the opportunity.
Don't call it a technicality.
He has the opportunity. He has the opportunity.
Jordan had the opportunity too. He chose not to.
Oh, he chose not to.
Let me ask you. I'm just asking you a question. Just asking a question.
Interesting.
Could Jordan have kept playing?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not Jordan.
I mean, he came back and played for the Wizards, so he didn't have to retire in '98.
There's a reason why he stopped. Only he knows that.
I know there's a reason.
Oh, now you know.
He talked about on even his documentary.
Why'd he stop? Go ahead and give us insight.
Because they wasn't running that squad back, man. That's why. They was breaking that squad up, and Jordan wasn't no part of it.
So that competitive nature, he didn't want to,
No, he quit basketball. He said, if it wasn't my way, I'm gone. And he lived up to that. He also stopped in 94, 95.
Yeah. Didn't his dad pass away?
That's not why he stopped, though.
So he didn't stop because of his dad?
No.
You know he said it?
He didn't stop because of his father. I mean,
he clearly said it.
Behind closed doors, he was suspended behind closed doors because he gambled, and his father got killed. That's behind closed doors. But the public story
that's clearly he C-Shay stuff. So
of course, I think that's behind closed doors. So I'm not. Yeah. I'm just telling you what they say.
But you can't put that out there if it's not true. Ain't we talking about
true? Putting it out there because they put it out there. What I'm going to say actually happened is that he left the game of basketball. He went to go play baseball. and he made a choice,
Mm-hmm.
hypothetical choice, even though
Mm-hmm.
others like they say it was forced, but he
Mm-hmm.
made a choice to play a different sport. That's not LeBron's fault. That's called the truth.
So my question then would be: Is that you're going to? Is it diminishing Jordan's accomplishment in a shorter time? Is that it? Are you diminishing that?
Diminishing his accomplishment in a shorter time.
Yeah. Are you diminishing that?
No, I can be honest about any Jordan stat.
I'm just
All
saying
I
because
ask
it
is,
sounds like you're diminishing it
not at
in
all.
a sense. That's what it sounds like.
Not at all. Jordan played his seasons, and LeBron played his, and is still playing his season. The reality is, I can be honest about any stat, anything. I just don't like dishonest arguments.
That's fine. That's fine. I feel like using the longevity part is dishonest, but that's okay.
How is
Uh,
it
it's
dishonest when
okay.
it's true? America, don't
That's
believe me.
okay. That's
Do
okay.
not believe me.
It's okay. It's all right.
You see a Jordan fan right here, America. Don't believe anything I got to say. I'm telling you right now, the man just said it's dishonest for me to tell the truth. And
Wow.
what Twilight Zone world are we in?
Wow. Wow.
We're just started this conversation. It's 10 minutes in, and this
Wow.
man just called the truth dishonest.
That's
Come,
sad.
come on, man.
That's
What you
sad.
got, man? Give me
Well,
something.
let's go through the stats because I ain't gonna be on here all night with you. So if you are looking at the stats, we're going to talk about obviously the totality of the stats because my co-host wants that on record. So we're going to talk about that. So let's see how they stack up together, totality, when it comes to full stats. Do you have anything for us, co-host, or would you like me to pull that up for you?
No, you just make your case for Jordan, man. I don't need you to talk about LeBron.
No. I want you to talk about him because he your guy just like he might. I mean, he ain't my guy, but you know,
Yeah,
let's
we
talk
know
about it.
this.
Let's talk about it. Let's talk about
Before we dive into that, man, I just want to address this real quick.
it. Address it, sir.
We talking stats, right?
Yes,
That's what this conversation is stats.
that's what it's supposed to be for.
For our live audience, for our fans, our viewers that are watching us after the fact, I can pull up LeBron James stats at 18 years old in the NBA. What was Jordan's stats at 18 years old?
He ain't playing the NBA 18.
Hmm.
He
What
did.
was his? So that's not fair then. Okay. According to my co-host, that's not fair. What was LeBron James stats at 19 compared to Jordan's stats at 19?
Jordan didn't play in the NBA at that time.
I don't want to be unfair to my co-host. What about age 20?
He didn't come in until he was 21, 22, sir. So, I mean, that's truth. I mean,
That's so tough.
that's true.
Do
And
you,
he's
do
still,
you want to compare an 18-year-old to a 21? Is that more of an honest
and he's
conversation?
and he's still
I'm
more
asking. Is
and
that what
he's
you want to have a conversation?
and he's still more declarated in that. Never mind. Let's
Nobody
talk about the
talking
numbers.
the conversation. I'm just
Let's
trying to bring stats here. It's very difficult because apparently
let's
Jordan
talk
just didn't play when LeBron played. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. Okay. So let's first talk about the averages because that's what I have up first. So right now, as of this year, for LeBron's career, he is averaging 27.1 points a game, 7.4 in rebounds, 7.4 in assists, 50.4% from the field goal, 34.5 from the 3-point field goal percentage. Free throw percentage you've already discussed. He's at 73.4. His player efficiency is 27.4. Steals is going to be 1.6. Blocks are 0.8, so close to that one. And turnovers, he is at 3.5. So that's what LeBron is doing in going into year 20.
I'd like to add one more because I have it here. Everything you said, but player usage is 31 and a half for his career.
Okay, gotcha. Yes, he does have a high usage rate. Naturally, he's played on some pretty rough teams, so it makes sense. Um, let's go over to Mike. Mike is for his stats, he is averaging 30.1 points per game. Rebounds is at 6.2. Assists is at 5.3. Field goal percentages is at 49.7. 3-point percentage is at 32.7. Free throw percentage is at 83.5. Player efficiency is at 27.9. Steals per game is 2.3. Blocks 0.8. Same as LeBron. And turnovers, we have 2.7. And I'm pretty sure you have his efficiency or his usage rate as well, too.
33.3.
So he's what is that? A couple points below?
He's 2% more usage than LeBron.
Two more than LeBron. Okay,
yeah, gotcha. A lot more ISO ball.
Or, never mind. So let's jump through some of these stats. I want to talk about first. Let's talk about so much to talk about. Let's talk about the field goal percentage, right?
Yeah.
Let's talk about that.
Before, can I ask you something?
Sure.
Now we have a guy who taught math. I mean, this is a math guy. We both agree that if you teach math, you got to know a little bit about math, right?
If you want him to come on the show, I can patch him in.
I'm just asking you a question. See, my co-hosts have a hard time answering questions. Would you say that someone who teaches math know a little bit about math?
That's the assumption. Yes.
Right. Cool.
That's the idea. Yeah.
I'm gonna ask my co-hosts, and feel free to chime in our audience. I know we got a math teacher out there. How do you get in? Like we talk about averages and things of that nature, right? I'm gonna take just a stat. I'm gonna plug it out as an example. Mm-hmm. Jordan had 0.8 blocks, and LeBron had 0.8 blocks.
Mm-hmm.
Considering the amount of games that they've played, which one's more impressive if it's the same number? We'll see how you are.
It don't matter.
No. I'm asking you a question. Which one's impressive? They both have the same 0.8. One of them's played more games. One of them's played less. Which one's more impressive, even though it's the same number? See, I'm just talking math, not opinion.
I really, again, you're going right back to he's played more games, which is why he's better. That's not the case.
Didn't we establish we're gonna talk truth?
I'm just saying you keep falling back on that. That's what
I'm asking you a math question.
You're falling
back on it. It's harder.
Just like LeBron fans. That's what they do.
Which one's more impressive? See, America, I promise you, I was only gonna talk truth. I'm asking a literal math question to my co-host.
That's what they do, man. That's what they
do. Are you saying I'm employing some trick?
Yeah, you are. Let's move on. So let's talk about that field goal percentage, right? 50.4% from the field is very impressive. Very impressive. I mean, basically, you're saying every shot you throw up, half of them is going in. That's very impressive. What I find more impressive is how those 50.4 points are coming to you, right? And I like to introduce into that thought pattern because a lot of LeBron, not to say you are co-host, but a lot of LeBron fans like to fall. Well, he's beating Jordan. He's 50.4. That means he shoots better than Jordan.
It is a better field goal percentage, right?
I'd like to introduce into the conversation.
You want to answer questions, America?
I like to introduce into the conversation, Mr. DeAndre Jordan, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Some say that he's the best field goal percentage, best shooter ever. I mean, in all time. Or highest. I'm sorry, he has the highest.
I've never heard that.
Some would say that he has the highest, field goal percentage. So that means he must be the best shooter, right?
Never heard that a day in my life.
Exactly. There's a reason for that, right?
Yeah, there is a reason.
Why is that reason?
Because his points per game, his field goal attempts.
Where does the DeAndre Jordan gets most of his points from? Enlighten us.
That's not why it's not talked about.
No. Just roll with me for a minute.
He gets his points probably 5 feet from the rim.
Okay, so you would say off of dunks, layups, things of that nature. Is that correct?
No, I don't. It matters not to me. That's not why he's not talked about, though. He's not talked about because he has a very low points per game, and he has a very low shots per attempts per game. That's why he's not talked about as the greatest scorer of all. No, that's why.
Okay.
See, I told you I'm just gonna bring you truth.
So
I'm
so
not
you
gonna
would so
listen to
you so
anything
you would
else.
say that field goal percentages sometimes it can be a little murky, correct?
Not at
Because
all.
of why not?
Not at all. I think I look. I think that the field goal percentages say quite a bit. Jordan shot a higher field goal percentage than LeBron or Jordan.
That's correct.
See, I'm honest. I don't. That don't bother me none.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I can say that without hesitation, without a but and an and a if and an ought.
But it goes into but we also are not displaying DeAndre Jordan as the GOAT either when it comes to like best shooter if you
Correct.
out of the two. So obviously that means nothing. Um
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan means nothing to this conversation.
that's
I
what I'm
agree
saying.
with.
That's my point. It means nothing because he's not
I didn't
being
say field goal percentage. I said DeAndre Jordan means nothing.
right because he's never been looked at as any type of shooter. So
Correct.
so yeah. Um but that's what we're talking about with LeBron though. People say that he is, this better shooter than Jordan. So that's the reason why I bring it up.
He
We
is a
just
better shooter than Jordan.
how is he a better shooter than Jordan?
He shot 50.4% from the field. He shot 34.4% from three.
Where is
Jordan
the
shot
majority?
less in both.
Where is the majority of his 50.4 coming from?
John, you see how easy it was for me to say DeAndre Jordan had a better field goal percentage?
I'm just
That makes
asking the
it really
question.
easy
I'm
for
not.
me to
I'm not
say
diminishing. I'm
LeBron
not. I'm not.
James
He has the
is a
higher
better
field goal
shooter.
percentage. There's no deflecting from that.
Is a
I'm just
3-point
asking.
shot is
I'm
is
just
the
asking where is the majority of
beautiful.
his 50.4 coming from?
Is the 3-point shot in the paint?
No, it's not.
Okay. How many more threes did LeBron shoot than Jordan?
What, two, three?
I mean
Something
total. 1,000?
maybe.
And he still shot a higher percentage?
That's because he has the ability to do that in this era to shoot.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
So stop making excuses.
I'm not
LeBron
making an
is a
excuse.
better shooter.
I'm not making an excuse. I'm just like you said.
You
There's
tell me.
nuances to
You
his
tell me
things,
how
right?
with lower. You tell me how with lower percentages Jordan's the better shooter. Give me some advanced stat. Come on.
Because the majority of Jordan's points were not only layups, dunks, or alley oops. Yeah, he
I don't
has a
think
lot of
that's the majority of LeBron's shots either. But okay,
somewhat that is not true. Most of his points
I
have
don't
came
think so. But yeah,
3 feet between the cup and below. Nothing like that above. He has a lot of mid-range
what are
shots,
the
but not as
numbers?
many.
You have
Oh yeah,
numbers to support this?
I'm happy to look that up for you. So let
Cool.
me grab that for you. So yeah, I did have it up here. I'm a little behind schedule since I was rushing to get home. But yes, if I'm not mistaken, before I pull it up, he's around that 71, 72, 73% from 3 feet within the court. Uh,
Beautiful.
so that's the majority of his shots is from by the basket.
That's his field goal percentage or the percent of his shots.
That's what I'm talking about. The field goal percentage.
Well, that doesn't tell me the percentage of his total shots.
I'm talking about the percentage of the majority of all
That
of his
doesn't mean
shots.
anything to me. That
It's
doesn't mean anything to me.
okay. All right. Okay. Well,
I mean, how does you telling me he finishes at an extremely high clip at the rim tells me that's the majority of his shots? I mean, we look.
I
I'm
don't
concerned
understand why
here.
that does not tell you that, but okay. All right. I mean, he ain't just shooting one or two down there. I mean,
Of course he didn't, but how do we know that it's the majority of his shots? Should we take your word for it?
we taking your word for a lot of stuff.
No, I haven't said one thing that's an opinion on here yet.
Yeah, that longevity one is. So
No, longevity's a truth. It's a fact.
that longevity one is. Yeah.
Oh, it's an opinion. LeBron has longevity.
I ain't never said he did. He did not have it.
Asking is it an opinion?
He's played longer. That's obvious.
So it's not an opinion, right?
I'm just saying, man. I'm just
Look,
saying, man.
look. I predict by the end of this, my co-host's gonna be gone. It's just gonna be me and you, America.
That's not true. I ain't gonna be going
About to
nowhere.
go, his wife gone. Look, he about to dinner bell gonna ring. Something about to happen. He gonna be gone.
Nah,
It's
none
getting
of that.
warm in here, and he's sweating. Look at him.
Who sweat?
Wipe his brow, my boy.
Where do you see sweat at?
I can see it. I got the HD, man. It's right there. Just wipe it.
You definitely don't have no HD. We know what you on right now. Don't do that. Exactly. You got a small phone and you can't see. So I know that.
Let's just say it like this, man. If you do not have the actual breakdown of
I'm,
LeBron James shot
I'm,
attempts and where they took place
I'm pulling it up for you, sir.
compared to Jordan shot attempts and where they took place,
I'm pulling it up for you. Let's
I,
just look at
it doesn't matter.
I got it right here. I got it right here. I told you I just had to pull it up. I just had to pull it up. So let me patch it in here real quick. See if I can get this in here without it messing up for us. I'm right. Have to make the screen smaller. There we go. Okay. I think that it'll fit. Okay. Let me bring it in. Told you I had it, man. I wasn't lying. I don't know if you can see it. You know, you so can't see.
I see it, but that doesn't give me a percentage.
Okay. So down here, obviously, you know where that is, right? That's the
Beautiful.
paint.
It's by the rim.
70.2%. That's just what he was last year.
That's his field goal percentage.
That's what I'm talking about. I haven't went to his 3 points yet. I'm talking about field goal.
You're missing the point.
Right here. You see all of that. That's all of his shots in the paint.
No, you're missing what I'm saying to you.
You know what? Let's go to another year. Let's see.
No, no,
Maybe
no, no. I want you to understand. I'm talking math, man.
71.2.
If he took 100 shots, how many of those shots were down low?
65.1.
No, that's how many he hit.
That's all of
Not
the
how
shots.
many he attempted.
That's all of
For
the
you
shots.
to say the
All of
majority
these are
of
his
the
shots.
shots
All
were
of these
down
are his
low,
shots. Everything that I'm highlighting is all of these shots. All of his shots in that year.
yeah, but it doesn't tell me what. I don't think we're speaking the same language, man.
I don't understand. I don't understand why you're not getting this.
If I told you 100 shots were taken, and I say 60 of those 100 shots were taken in the paint, that'd be the majority of his shots taken in the paint, right?
I don't
He
understand
might
why
have hit 80% of those 60, but the 80% doesn't tell me the number, how many attempts. You got what I'm trying to say?
Okay. All right. So this means nothing to that. That's what you're saying.
No, it just means that he finished at a 70% clip. It don't
Okay.
tell me that what I need to know,
Let's
which
see.
is really your argument, not mine.
Nah. Okay. You said it doesn't mean anything. So
I didn't say it don't mean anything. I said it doesn't tell me what you're claiming. That's what I said.
let's see if we can find something for you, sir. Because apparently this don't mean anything. I thought it meant something to me.
Erica,
Thought it meant something to me. Now these are all of his shots. All these are all makes and misses together, right? I don't know what that totality looks like, but that's all of his makes and misses right here,
beautiful.
all around here. Again, 67.3 came close to the bucket. Close to
It
this is
tells you how many he hit.
the little dots right here that you don't see. Those little dots, those are his misses as well.
You're just, I guess,
I get what you're saying, but
you don't, because you keep repeating something that don't matter.
Okay. Okay.
Let,
How else are they? I mean, you would have to do some quick math, but how else would you get 67.3% unless you go against the makes and the misses? Those are
yeah,
all the dots of the makes and the misses.
he hit 67% of his shot attempts down there.
Going off of what the makes and the misses
Oh,
are down here.
listen to me. He
That's
hit
what I'm saying.
67% of his shot attempts, man.
Okay, so there's the number literally at the bottom.
Yes.
8,125 of 12,070 shots.
Beautiful. Now that tells me he took how many attempts?
That's
Percentage
67%
is
down
the
there.
percentage isn't what you're saying though.
Okay. Okay. You look at the 3-point line.
Mm-hmm.
In the corner, he shot a total of 417 shots from the corner.
Yeah. Yep.
Up here, he shot 1649. At the top, 1325. At the other wing, 2373. In the other corner, 389. That's still less than
No, wait, we still got a whole
12,070.
lot of jump shots left.
Oh my god. It's still going to be less than 12,000. I'm going to tell you that now.
It doesn't. I don't know if it will or won't.
We got 869. You got I think I already highlighted that one. 1139, 772, 1266, 1138, 1529. That's still
If
this.
you add all those up
I
and then you
guarantee
put
you
them
it's
into
not
the
over.
paint,
I guarantee
hold
you
on,
it's
hold
not
on.
over 12,000.
You're a math guy. Add all those up for me, man.
I guarantee you that's not over 12,000.
Just add it up. I guarantee it ain't gonna be what you claiming.
I bet you it ain't over 12,000, which
It's
is the
not gonna
majority of his
be
shots.
any huge majority like you were
It don't
claiming.
matter. It's still the majority of his shots. That's my
No, it
point.
does. But if it's 55 to 45, what does it matter? Who cares?
Let's look at
It's
Jordan.
such a
Just
weak
to give,
point, man. Let's move on.
just to give a synopsis, right? Just to give an idea. Let's look at Jordan. Now look at that. Look at that. Look at
What
where the
about it?
majority of his shots are.
What about it?
That means when you shoot, not dunk, we're talking about the best shooter, not the best dunker or the
What
best
about it?
layuper or the best assist. When people say that LeBron is a better shooter than Jordan, it's a lie. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
not a lie at all.
Okay. All right.
Your point is so weak, you didn't even come with the right math.
That
That's
is the
what's so
right man.
sad about this situation right here.
No, I don't have to. It's apparent. Where the
It's not
majority
apparent
of
to
the
me at
shot.
all.
I can't help it that you can't see. That ain't my problem.
I definitely can see, but you didn't even come with the right stats,
That ain't my problem that you can't see. That ain't my fault. Because
sir.
clearly, one person shoots
How many
more.
3 points? How many 3 points did Jordan? Look at all those little dots.
Not a lot. And I've already said that LeBron was
Hey,
the
look,
was
stop
the.
diminishing. The man is not a better 3 point shooter. The stats show it since we want to argue this, right?
I said shooter, not just specifically 3 point.
Exactly. So don't just talk about the mid range.
Oh my god. Oh
Yeah,
my.
you don't want the truth. See, I told you I'm gonna bring the truth, man, and you bring in weak sauce, man.
I'm not bringing nothing but truth. I'm trying to stick to one category, and you want to add other stuff to try to boost your boy. That's not the cool. That's not. That's that. I mean, I don't understand. I don't understand. It's cool. It's cool. We're gonna move on. We're gonna move
Hold on.
on.
Let me ask you this, man.
It's
You,
cool, man. Let's move on.
what percent do you think Jordan shot from the mid range in three?
I mean, they said it right there.
His career is 49.7. Of that 49.7, give me a synopsis of what you think that percentage is.
I guarantee you, it's probably out of that 49. Probably 70, 80% is from mid range.
No. Take out his dunks. What
I did.
percent of that
I did.
49.7, what is his true shooting percentage?
You got 44, you got 45, you got 42, you got 44, you got 40, you got 46. That's the
So we're
majority
talking
of
about an average of about 44, 45 at best.
out of the
And
49.
that's only counting 2 pointers.
That's
If
out
we
of the
add in all
49.
those 30 percentages, it's
That's
going to
out
drop
of the
more.
49. That's out of the 49.
Hold on. It's going to drop even more when we add the 3 point percentage, right?
Sure.
So let's just give Jordan. I don't know, man, because I ain't got the math here. This is your weak point, not mine.
Giving 40%.
Give him 40%. Let's go to Michael. Let's go to LeBron's.
40% of his shots is from is
No, not
jumpers.
percent of his shots. What percent did he shoot from the field?
You want to go LeBron? Okay. Let's go LeBron.
Because I think Jordan probably shot about 42% from 2 or 3 outside the paint. When I look at LeBron's,
Mm-hmm.
what are those percentages?
39,
Yep.
39,
Yep.
32,
Yep.
38,
Yep.
38. All
Yep.
lower. Yeah, all lower. Yeah.
Hold on. You got to talk about his 3 point, right?
So 30s, 30s,
So let's just
30s,
say if
30s.
Jordan's around 41, 42, LeBron's around 37, 38. Is your point that it's a few percentages? Is that what we're talking about? Is
I'm
that
just saying you can't say
dominant
he's the better
percentage?
shooter. That's my point. You can't say he's the better shooter.
I clearly think he's the better shooter because the amount of threes that he took.
Okay. All right. Let's move on because apparently we not seeing the same thing. So and that's okay.
I'm seeing numbers, man. I don't know what to tell you.
That's okay. Obviously, we've
What
already
did
talked
our guy
about three
put in?
pointers
What
because
did
you
our
already
guy
brought it
put in?
in.
What did our fan put in there about true shooting percentage? What is it?
Jordan's is 56.9. Bron is 62.2. Can we see where you got that from though? That'd be nice to know. Just curious.
While you doing that, I have a point to make of my own statistically.
Oh, sir. I'm listening.
All right, we're talking about Jordan and LeBron's teammates versus people who they faced. I have a stat for you. Do you know how many times Jordan played 4 Hall of Famers?
You mean how many Hall of Famers he played?
Yeah, we're on one team where he played 4 Hall of Famers.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
No, I'm asking, do you know how many by any chance? I don't know.
Are we saying that the Golden State Warriors, they're all Hall of
Just
Famers?
just just the finals. Do you know how many times
I know where
Jordan
I know where
played?
you're going. I know where you're going with it. Are we
Don't
saying
worry
the
about
go?
disputing my
Are
point.
we saying? Are
I'm
we?
asking you a
I'm
question.
not. I'm just asking. In order for me to ask that, I got to know the income. So, are we saying the Golden State Warriors are Hall of Famers? That's all I need to know.
Is Clay a Hall of Famer?
He may. Yeah.
He may.
Yeah. He should be.
Is Steph?
He should be.
Is KD?
He should be.
Is Draymond?
They'll make him be in there. He
So he
shouldn't,
would
but
be,
he may
right?
be. But he may be. Yeah.
Do we doubt that he'll be in there with the Golden State Warriors legacy?
Or just the way that the NBA is set up. No, I don't
Some
doubt
of
it.
this conversation in this particular instance, because it's about current, we have to just be honest about
But he's
about
not,
how basic
but they're not Hall of Famers yet. So it's
Draymond
all
Draymond
assumption.
is
It's all assumption.
easily going to be a Hall of Famer.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, if you say so.
Defensive Player of the Year, his defensive ratings. He's the anchor on one of the dynasty type teams. Come on, my guy. Listen, I just want to have an honest conversation. This is your team. You're the Warriors fan,
Mhm.
and you're telling me that Draymond's not a Hall of Famer?
I didn't say he wasn't. I just said they're probably going to put him in, and I
Okay,
would not put him in, honestly, personally.
perfect. So my question was about Jordan, and you talked about the Warriors because you're too worried about where the point is going to go
I
versus
know where
just
you were going with the
asking
point.
the conversation. Forget that. We're doing a show here, so I'm just asking you how many times Jordan faced 4 Hall of Famers.
At the same time, none. If that's what you want me to say, yeah,
0,
yeah,
because at the time Jordan faced them, they weren't Hall of Famers either.
that's okay.
Okay, so 0 times. LeBron James has done it 4 times.
Okay, okay.
That's a stat for you. How important? How impressive do you think that stat is?
He's done. He's beat four
I
times.
didn't say beat. I didn't say beat. I said faced.
Oh, face them. Okay. Because Jordan's beat his Hall of Famers.
He didn't. He did. He had 0 times where he played 4.
He played Hall of Famers and he
See,
beat all of them,
didn't
and
you
then
get on?
and none
You
of them
accused me
beat
of changing
them.
the conversation?
So
Yes or no?
I'm just throwing it out there.
Did you accuse me of changing the conversation? I'm trying to have a point here, and
Mm,
you're not
Not,
cooperating.
I mean, you said from the jump that it's not Jordan's fault that he couldn't pay past 15 years, so it's not his
It had
fault that
nothing to do with the
that
point that I'm
so it has
making.
so it's not his fault that he didn't play in an era where team ups were allowed or a lot of people were doing it.
I didn't say it was a fault, right? I said I'm arguing facts. Jordan played who he played. LeBron played who he played. The reality is, though, I'm giving you a stat, and I'm asking you how impressive is that to you that LeBron faced 4 teams
Yeah, he played four stacked teams,
in the finals
of which
with
he was on a
4
couple of
Hall
those
of
stacked.
Famers,
In
and
fact, where
Jordan played 0 teams
he was
like that.
actually on some of those stacked teams. But yeah, he faced them. Yeah, sure,
I don't know. I think when people watch back on this video, they're going to see
sure.
a real dishonest conversation.
I'm being dishonest. Just call it all out.
I will cooperate with your points if you cooperate with mine. We have limited time here.
I'm just throwing it out there. Just call it all out. That's all I'm
I'm
saying.
asking you a very specific question. I ain't asked you what color the sky is, or
I just want you to call it all out.
I
That's
didn't
all.
ask you where the Suns play. I didn't ask you nothing else. Don't bring anything else into it than
I
other
just
than what
want
I'm
you to
asking.
call it all out because
How,
it's a
I can't. I'm making a specific point. And a specific
uh,
point, I can't talk about everything.
yeah, because
I am asking
it's
you.
average it's advantage to your boy. So yeah, that's
I
cool.
am asking you how impressive that is.
Sure, it's impressive. Sure,
Okay. Do you know how many times Jordan has faced 3 Hall of Famers?
none.
No, that's not quite the case.
Oh, is that the case? Oh, okay. You tell me then.
He's faced 3 Hall of Famers 3 times in his finals. 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
LeBron has faced 3 Hall of Famers, 4. This is not including the 4 teams.
Okay. All
With
right.
the 4,
Okay.
3 other teams had 3 Hall of Famers on it.
Okay.
Do you think that's look, 3 versus 2? That's still impressive, but Jordan is a little closer than that, right?
Okay.
The reason why I'm bringing something like this up statistically, just to show you, this is an advanced metric stat. It's not shooting or none of that. It's about rating the competition that one played in the finals. The importance of something like this is that Jordan never faced in his 6 wins the level of competition that LeBron faced. Now, you want to talk about LeBron's stacked teams? LeBron and Jordan had nearly the same number of All-Stars and Hall of Famers that they played with on their teams. The difference in their finals runs were who they faced.
Mm-hmm.
And that puts context in something called 6-0 and only 4 out of 9, right? That's
So,
called
so
4 out of 10.
essentially,
That's kind
you're saying, you're saying the 6-0 is easy. Is that what you're telling me?
I didn't say that at all. That never came out of my mouth at all.
I'm just throwing it out there. You said it plays context in there.
Bill Russell had 11 rings.
So one can only deduct because you're saying
No,
that
you
Jordan.
deduct.
No. You said Jordan didn't play against as much toughness as LeBron has when it comes to Hall of Famers and things of that nature. And so therefore you're saying because he did not do that, he was able to get to 6-0 a little bit easier than LeBron's 4 and whatever. So
yeah.
that's essentially one can only deduct that you're saying that it was easier for Jordan to get his 6-0 versus LeBron's 4-6. That's what you're saying.
That's not my point.
That's exactly what you're saying.
My point is LeBron's road was harder.
Okay. So ain't that what I just said?
No, it isn't. You said Jordan's road was easier.
If his road was harder, that means Jordan's was easier, right?
My point is about LeBron.
Oh, okay. All right. Okay. So he gets he gets a pass because his road was harder.
No, he gets context. Nothing changes. 6-0. He got more rings.
Sounds like a pass to me.
No, what pass is it? He's got more rings.
Why would you bring it up if it wasn't a pass?
Because it's called context.
Why bring up the context if it don't matter?
Because this is advanced analytics, right?
Oh, okay. Because it matters.
If we were going to stay on the surface,
but it matters.
Hold on. This is supposed to be an advanced conversation. If we wanted to be 2 people on the corner arguing Jordan and LeBron, we could say, "Oh, Jordan got 6 rings, LeBron's 4-6, game over." That's not the conversation, right?
That's what I'm saying. But that's the reason why you bring it up, because it matters.
No. Is this conversation supposed to dive deeper? Yes or no?
I'm just asking the questions. I'm just
either the conversation dives deeper or I'll stay on the surface.
I'm just throwing it out there. That's all. I didn't say yay or nay. I'm just throwing it out there.
Tell me what level you want me to talk with you on.
We could
deep
talk it all.
Or surface.
We could talk whatever. I don't care.
So if we're talking deep, that's why I brought it up, because it's a deeper point.
Exactly. You're bringing it up for a reason, though. It's not just to be bringing it up.
Yes, I gave you my reason. It's called context. It doesn't change LeBron's record in the finals, and it doesn't change Jordan's record in the finals.
Wouldn't you say that? Would you say the rings kind of matter in this conversation?
What'd you say?
Wouldn't you say the rings kind of matter in this conversation? Not the context, just the totality of the rings.
Championships matter.
Okay, all right. I just thought
they're team championships. They're team championships versus individual stats, but sure, they matter.
Weren't they the best? Wasn't LeBron and Jordan the best on those championship teams?
Of course.
So if you take either of those people off, are they getting championships?
There's arguments that the Bulls could have.
No way.
Yeah, there is argument for that.
Yeah,
I didn't say every single time, but yeah, there's argument that the Bulls could have won.
Yeah, but still, it didn't happen, right?
And as far as LeBron goes, I don't know if you take him off of any of those teams, do they even have a shot at all? Yeah.
No, if you take Jordan off of any of those 6, they not winning the championship.
Well, it's funny you say that, because Jordan did get take off and they went to the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah. Did they win a championship?
When LeBron leaves his team,
doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Didn't you say that that matters too when they don't make it to the finals? Ain't that the reason why
No, no,
we
no,
have
no,
the
no.
conversation about
Listen to what
Jordan
I'm
Jordan 6 and
directly
0?
I'm directly responding to your comment. You
And I'm
said if you
directly
take
saying it
LeBron
matters.
and you take Jordan off, what do those teams look like?
No, 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 no,
Minus
no. That's not what
Jordan.
I asked. That's not what I asked. What I said was, if you take any of those two off of their teams, are they winning a
I
championship?
don't know because LeBron lost 6.
I'm
My
just saying.
argument isn't about just the wins; it's about the finals attempts. He
But
went 10 times.
and you get praise for that?
Of course,
I
yeah,
did,
I do.
I didn't know they get.
I don't give
I didn't know.
praise for losing sooner.
I
Yeah.
didn't know. I didn't know they get trophies for runner up.
Well, I don't know. I don't know they to give trophies for losing in the first round.
No, they don't give trophies for that either.
Wonderful. So if I had to say which is better, the first round loss or a finals loss, it's a finals loss every day of the week
I
because I'm
mean,
honest.
6 and 15 looks better than 4 and 10.
6 and 15 versus 4-10. What?
You're talking about the whole totality of them making it, trying to make it to the playoffs or whatever you want to call it, right? Because you don't like to use that 6 and 0
No,
narrative,
I can
right?
use any argument. It doesn't matter because the
Mhm.
reason I can use any argument is because I can concede Jordan is better at this or that or not good as this or that. I don't have to have every single outcome favor LeBron for him to be the GOAT. That's the difference between me and you. You're
Mhm.
not conceding the
I
truth,
did
and I
concede.
am.
I did concede. I said
Nah,
he. I said he has a longevity mark. I said he is, the bigger player who can do a little bit more, because of his bigness and things of that nature. I've conceded that. There's a lot of things I've conceded about LeBron, but you
field goal
still
percentage higher,
his field goal percentage is higher.
point percentage higher.
I just said there's nuances to it. That's all.
Oh, when you give nuances, it matters. When I give nuance about the finals,
I'm just
it's
throwing it out there.
right.
I'm just throwing it out there. That's it. But I want you to use all the nuances, not just yours
So
to
when
make
I
your
asked
point.
you about the blocks, which are tied, both have .8 blocks. Which one's more impressive? More impressive? You refuse to answer the question.
Why does that even? Why does that even?
I'm asking you
Why
a
does it
question.
matter? Why
It
does it
may
matter?
not matter to you. I'm asking you a question. Which one's more impressive? .8, or both players got .8. Which one's more impressive
The
statistically?
point. The point eight.
Which player is more impressive,
It
sir?
doesn't. The point eight. Both of them were able to average point eight in their careers.
You promised me an honest conversation.
I am giving you an honest. That's what
LeBron
matters.
has played way more games than Jordan, and he still has the same .8. Which one's more impressive, sir?
Both are impressive to me
I
equally.
didn't ask, are they both impressive? I said, which one's more impressive?
They're both equal to me.
They're both equal.
Yes.
Then you want to lie in the conversation. Cool.
Oh my god. No, I'm not lying.
It's math,
I'm
Fitz.
not lying.
It's called math.
I'm
This is
not
what I
lying.
mean. This is my TikTok clip. My co-host
If anything, the shorter time is more impressive to me.
that doesn't even make sense in math.
It
You already
does.
conceded
It
that you.
does. No, it
How is the
does.
shorter time more impressive, Fitz?
Look, okay, so
In
LeBron
math,
has had
how is that more impressive?
LeBron has had more at bats. So
That
obviously,
means he had to sustain it longer. That's
no,
harder.
no. When you have more opportunities to do it,
And you still equal the person with lesser. The person who did it longer is
you have
more impressive.
you have more opportunities to do it. If anything, I downfall the man because he should be doing more. You have more at bats.
Fitz, it's not about the argument isn't doing more. The argument is both have the same percentage, .8. It is literally more impressive when you play more games to get the same stat as somebody who played less. Do you know how easy it is to average 30 points a game if you in one season versus 14?
It's
It's
cool.
more impressive for the person the same number but did it more. That's just literally called math. That's not opinion. That's not anything. But a Jordan fan, America, literally cannot admit the truth.
They're both
That's
impressive.
the issue here.
They're both impressive.
Yeah,
They're both impressive.
move on, man. What else? Because my boy's dishonest in the conversation. Keep it moving.
Now I'm dishonest in the
It's
conversation.
completely dishonest.
Now I'm dishonest because I'm not agreeing with you. That's why I'm dishonest.
You're not agreeing with math.
Okay. All right.
Forget me. It's called math.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
It's literally math, sir. I'm sorry. Hey, Ortega. Let me ask you this, Ortega. When you had a student that had one 100 paper, and you had another student with 10 100 papers. They both have a grade average of 100. Which one's more impressive, math teacher? The
Because
person with 10 or the person
because
with 1?
because by your logic, if you're going off that logic, that means you're saying that everything that Jordan has done in the shorter time is nothing compared to what LeBron's doing right now.
Nope.
That's what you're
I
saying.
wouldn't argue that at all. That's not
Oh,
even close to what I'm saying.
okay, all right. But that's the same. I can say
The
the same thing
reason,
about the same thing.
no, the very point that I'm bringing this up
I could
is
say that about. We could say that about every analytical stat right here. We could use that
no,
same argument for
no,
every single
no,
stat right here. Yes, you
no,
can.
no,
Yes,
you can't.
yes, you
The
can.
reason, you want to know the point I asked you this?
Why?
To demonstrate to our viewers that you're dishonest.
No, 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 no.
My point's proven. Move on to the
No,
next, because you were
that's not
literally
true.
dishonest. It's literally math, and you couldn't tell the truth. That's
And
it.
I said both were impressive. They
No,
are both
that
impressive.
wasn't the question. That's why
That
you're
was the
dishonest. You
question.
didn't answer my question.
That was the question. You said
No,
which
it
one is
wasn't.
more.
I
You
said
said
which
which
one was more impressive.
Okay, LeBron. LeBron was more impressive.
Thank you.
Yeah, you
Fine.
right? You happy?
Pulling teeth. You know how easy it is for me to say
Yep.
Jordan is better at something? Why
Yep.
is it so hard for you to say LeBron was
Yep.
better at something?
LeBron is actually better in
No, he's
every
not.
category to that.
No, he's not.
To that sense.
No,
Yeah.
he's not. Because
Yeah, he is.
I tell you why. In
Yeah, he
19
is.
years,
Yeah, he
in
is.
19 no, listen. In
Yeah.
19 years, LeBron still doesn't have the career total that Jordan had in steals literally in 19 years.
Yeah, that's the okay. Sorry, the one category.
No, no, no. I'm just giving you an example.
My fault.
Literally.
My fault. My fault.
In 19 years, LeBron doesn't have more championships. See how easy it is for me to say these things?
It's cool, man.
In 19 years, LeBron doesn't have more MVPs. You see how easy this is for me to concede Jordan's superiorness in certain things?
So why is it not? So why is it not more impressive that he done it in shorter time?
Those cases, they are more impressive. I can easily say 6 rings in less time than less rings with LeBron in more time. That's a win for Jordan.
Okay.
You see how easy that is? It took me 10 seconds to give Jordan credit. It took you 5 minutes of pulling teeth. You have no wisdom tooth left after this conversation because I done pulled them all to get LeBron was better. I mean, what are we talking about? This is the difference between me and you in this conversation.
No, it just shows how much that y'all really want to give this man the GOAT title.
I did. It's not about my desire here.
It is your desire.
You keep making. What about my desire is showing the 0.8 blocks is more impressive for LeBron? That's not desire.
That is
That's
desire.
math.
It's a stretch, if anything.
It's not a stretch. It's math.
No, it's a stretch. It is cool. You got it. You got it.
What am I manipulating there, Fitz? It's just math.
You got it. Like I said, if anything, it should be a penalty because he had more attempts at bat.
No one, Taylor, would you penalize your student for 10 100s because he had more tests than the person that had 100?
LeBron did 100.
I'm asking our math teacher something because he already answered that the 10 was more impressive. It took you 5 minutes to admit that. You're saying that it's a penalty because he had more attempts.
That's cool.
That's absolutely insane to the listen.
Let's move on to something else. You got something for the show? I done brought my stuff. You got something for the show?
Yeah, I already argued that LeBron had faced more competition in the finals.
Okay.
Do you disagree or you agree?
I agree. He faced more competition.
Cool. Does that mean anything to you?
No. Absolutely not.
That's amazing to me. Why wouldn't that mean anything to you? I'm just curious.
Because if you're on display as being the GOAT, the best that's ever done it, it shouldn't matter. Make it work. Make it happen.
Well, Jordan did make it happen, which is less. Yeah.
Six times he made it happen.
Jordan played Magic Johnson, James Worthy, Clyde Drexler, Charles Barkley, Gary Payton, John Stockton twice, and Karl Malone twice. 9 Hall of Famers in total.
It's cool, man.
No, look, that's 9.
It's cool, man.
LeBron faced 30.
That's
Tim
cool,
Duncan 3 times, Tony Parker 3 times, Manu Ginobili 3 times, Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd, Kevin Durant 3 times, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, Kawhi Leonard twice, Steph Curry 4 times, Clay 4 times, Draymond 4 times. You're telling me that means nothing to you?
Sounds like he can get it done. That's what it sounds like to me.
Yeah. As I told you, America, I'm just going to keep pumping it out. dishonest co-host versus
Sounds
the honest one. That's all we're gonna do here today.
That's what it sounds like. Sound like he can get it done.
9 versus 30 means nothing. But when he wanted to bring up field goal percentages, Jordan's couple percentage points from the field outside of the paint meant everything.
But that was according to him being the better shooter.
It meant everything.
That was to the better shooter.
This is according to Jordan.
I don't think dunking and layup is the same as shooting.
Listen, this conversation, this point I'm on, is the fact that people argue Jordan was a better winner. But when you actually bring context to it, like you tried to bring context to the field goal percentage, and you showed maybe when you actually pull the layers back, oh, Jordan may be a better shooter.
I said, now you're admitting it.
No. I'm trying to compare the points here. Yeah. Jordan on the surface 6-0 versus 4-10. Yeah, Jordan's the better winner. Then when we peel the layers back, oh, wait a minute. The competition was way different. And to Fitz, that means nothing.
He's supposed to be the best at it, right? Is he not?
Sir, stop moving the goalposts and argue the point that's put in front of you.
I am arguing the point.
No, you're not. You're talking about something else.
I'm not. I'm absolutely not.
This is just like the 0.8 conversation. You can't give LeBron
when you are the GOAT and you are in the finals and they are leaning to you to get you to the dub. Did he do it? It's really that simple. No, he didn't. He lost and only has a 4-6 record.
And that's if you okay, you know what? You're right. I now understand you want to have a kindergarten conversation.
I want to have a kindergarten conversation because
I now understand you do not
want a man that came to the finals.
You claim that you wanted to have an advanced metric conversation, a deep conversation. Instead, you want to play duck goose.
He came to the finals 6 times, was the best man in each of those 6 finals, and that means nothing.
Did I say that?
Apparently, you did because you're giving context to the other person on why they lost.
But how many times was LeBron James the best player on the court in his 10 appearances?
Don't matter. That's even worse. Hold up. No, we can stay there. No, we can say that's even better. He was the best man 10 times in all 10 of those finals and only has a 4-6 record.
Yeah. See how easy it is for me to admit the truth?
I'm just saying.
But why is that the case? Is it because LeBron let the team down?
Oh, the team let him down. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm asking you a question. Is it because LeBron let the team down? Is it because LeBron's not clutch? Is that what we're talking about?
No, I ain't say that at all. I'm just saying he got a
4-6 record versus 6-0. There has to be a reason why. Cool, either we're going to play Duck Goose or we're going to have an adult conversation. Why is that the case?
It's cool, man. It's cool. It don't mean nothing, man. It don't mean nothing. You've already said it don't mean nothing because he played lesser talent. That's what you're saying.
I never said it didn't mean anything. You jumped to the extremes.
No, I didn't jump to the extreme. You clearly said Jordan played lesser talent. Is that correct?
I said Jordan played. Yeah, he did play lesser talent in the finals.
Did he play lesser talent in the season getting up to those finals?
I'm not arguing regular season right now. Stop moving the goalposts. I'm talking about the postseason.
But that's how you get to the
finals. I'm talking about the finals right now.
But you get there through the regular season.
I'm talking about the finals right now. We can't talk about everything at once, Fitz. We got to talk about specific things.
But you get to
I'm going to move off my point and you make your own point because you won't stay on the point I'm on. Go ahead.
You get to the finals from the regular season. You
play the regular season. Go talk about the regular season because right now I'm talking about the finals. You talking about something else. Please.
But that's how you get to the finals.
I'm talking about the finals. You're talking about something else.
I don't understand. That's how you get there. So he had to go through some teams.
Please talk about the regular season. Go ahead.
All those Hall of Famers that you mentioned.
He played those teams. About the regular season. I never mentioned how many they faced in the regular season. I just named the ones they faced in the finals.
Look, LeBron had the harder road, which that's you can have that. He had the harder road, but he still came up short. As being the greatest person that's ever played, he came up short.
What about it? I asked why. Why.
But that matters.
Fitz, I asked why.
That matters, though.
Fitz, it 100% matters. Now, why did he come up short?
The team. Maybe he could have did more. A whole bunch of stuff. A whole bunch of things you talk about.
Give me your take on it. That's what we're here for, your take.
It's cool, man. It's cool, man. It don't matter. You've already established it don't matter.
This is another. I'm gonna keep calling out America. He will
No,
not answer the questions asked.
I'm
This
asked.
is it.
I'm
Just
asking
can't be
questions.
an honest
I'm
conversation.
just not going to ask piggyback questions that's going to make LeBron look like, oh well, he has it. Well, he should be looked at a little bit different because he ain't
You
played in the
won't.
Jordan
You
era.
just admitted the exact point that I'm making. I can
That's
answer
true.
any question that make Jordan look however the truth looks, and
That's
I
not
can
true.
answer any question the same for LeBron.
That's
You
not.
have to frame your answers to make your case.
That's
That
not.
says all we need
That's
to
not
know.
true. That is not true.
Then why don't you just answer the questions, whether it makes LeBron look different or not? You just answer the questions.
About what? About his
About
teams?
anything. It doesn't matter if LeBron looks better or good at a single point. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't care if it makes Jordan or LeBron look better, but I can answer anything you
I
ask
think
me.
it does.
Ask
That's
me
why
the
you.
question.
I think it does because that's why you brought up the longevity
Ask
stuff
me
from the
a
jump.
question, I'll answer it. I'll show you how this works. Ask me a question,
I'm
I'll
just
answer it.
saying. Obviously, it does matter. Obviously, it does. You want it to look a certain way, which is why you're bringing up the
I am just
first thing you talked about.
can you
I
just
don't want
ask
his
me a
I don't want
question?
his longevity to be diminished.
Yeah, because I don't want any dishonest conversation. Yeah, you're 100% right.
Yeah, so I'm just saying. From that point, I knew what type of conversation he's gonna have
An
because
honest one.
no, not at all, not
What
at all,
tell me one lie I've told this whole thing. Tell
not
me
at
one
all,
lie.
not at all, man. It's
Can
cool,
you
man.
tell me a lie that I've told?
It's cool, man. You said your truths, man. I ain't gonna
America, it's not my truth. You see, man, my boy,
It's cool, man.
I'm about to go
It's,
crazy up in here.
it's cool, man. It's cool. Look, it's cool. Look, you said it.
Can you ask me a question? I'm gonna tell you how I answer it. Ask me something that favors Jordan. I'll show you how this works.
I don't have none that favors Jordan because he's less than LeBron James in this stat category. Ain't that what we were kind of coming to the consistency? He's less than LeBron.
Who?
LeBron's stats is more impressive than Jordan.
Some are, some aren't.
Oh, okay, okay.
LeBron doesn't have to win every. That's what you fail to understand. You think I need to have LeBron win every point in stats for him to be the GOAT?
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
Oh, okay.
LeBron could be the GOAT with a worse finals record, with less rings, less MVPs. I can be honest about anything you want, and LeBron is still the GOAT to me. I
It's
don't
cool.
need to lie or manipulate the conversation, man. I'm asking why are you doing that for Jordan?
I'm not doing that for Jordan.
All right. I got one more thing. Do you have anything else to bring to the stat
No, sir.
conversation?
No, sir. I'm already done, sir.
All right. My code said we bring in advanced metrics so far. It's tic-tac-toe. But look, I'm gonna tell you right now, my last point is clutch. Who do you think is more clutch, Fitz? Jordan or LeBron?
Jordan.
Do you have anything to back that up? And is this your eye test or what you thinking?
Eye test for me.
Eye test for you. All right. So in the clutch,
Again, this is going to be a longevity comment, but go ahead.
it's harder to be clutch with more attempts. Yes or no?
You said what?
Is it harder to be clutch with more attempts? Yes or no? This keeps coming back to this. You try to discredit something. It's
I'm not
harder to be more clutch with more attempts. But it's not easier.
sure.
It's harder.
Sure.
So why did you just say what you said?
I'm just throwing it out there. It is going to be a longevity comment. It is. Is it not? Is it not going to go to his longevity?
Sir, if Jordan was 5 out of 6 for his career, that'd be an awesome shooting percentage.
He wasn't 5 out of 6, but okay.
I'm saying if he was, then I'd be like, oh, Jordan's at 80%.
That's cool.
And LeBron's at 40.
That's cool, man.
I just don't know, understand. You know what? I'm not even gonna bring it up
Bring
because
it up. Say what you got to say.
because I don't. Why do you want to talk about stats if you diminish every stat?
I'm not diminishing it. He's going to be more clutch. I already know that answer.
Then why did you say Jordan?
Because to my eyes, he's more clutch.
This is a conversation about stats.
Right. So the long term stats, yeah, LeBron is more clutch. He is. I mean, that's not a dishonest statement. He's played longer. He's more clutch. Those are
What does
two
playing
honest statements
longer
right
have
there.
to do with it?
You have more time, more. absolute times to be clutch.
And that makes it harder, right? You're saying that like it makes it like it's easier for LeBron to be more clutch over a long period of time. That literally is the opposite.
It's cool, man.
I'm asking you, man, like why are you bringing that up? And it helps my point.
It's not helping your point.
How does it
You
help yours, man?
you
Tell me,
think it helps your point, but it
tell me
doesn't.
how it helps your point.
I've already stated it
But it doesn't
575
make sense
times in this whole
so I'm
conversation.
trying to understand how it helps your point.
I've literally said it 575 times
Because he
throughout
had
this
more
whole.
attempts, right?
He had when you have more chances at bat, yes.
That means to do it at a better rate, doing it longer means you were better at it.
Okay, so he's better clutch player. He's a
I,
better
I
clutch
don't
player.
know why you keep bringing up longevity like it's. Listen, if
It doesn't matter. It doesn't
I
matter,
just
right?
want to know in our summary because we're gonna wrap it up. Make your case statistically to the audience. Give me a summarization on why Jordan statistically is better than LeBron James. I ain't even gonna interrupt you, man. Don't I ain't gonna interrupt you. You ain't gonna interrupt me. Tell me your closing argument.
As I stated before, to do what Jordan did, to sustain what he did, in that shorter period of time, in order to go through a very tough 90s era, regardless of what people says that, oh, Jordan played in this weak era, he only played this and that and the other. Okay, he didn't play in an era where team ups were a thing. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. But still, don't negate the fact. I think every basketball person can tell you right now that the '90s era was a more tougher, grittier type era, and being able to sustain those high stats in that era, that's what gives me more meaning to those stats than what LeBron does now in a more era that is not as tough. Yes, he played against some high powered offenses. I'm not going to even sit up here and defute that. Obviously, that is 100% true. But at the end of the day, to get those stats and for LeBron to be, he has some higher stats than Jordan. We can see that. We can see that he has higher assists. We can see that he has higher rebounds. We can see that he has higher field goal percentage. But bring all of that to the table when it comes to talking about the man in this era. It's a totally different era, and for Jordan to sustain those numbers in that tough area, that's why it's better for me. So, but obviously that's not being seen right now, and that's okay. That's all right. But I'm going to yield the floor to my co-host. I ain't going to interrupt him. You can say whatever you got to say.
Statistically, for me, LeBron James is easily the greatest player of all time. Longevity plays a huge factor in it. He's been in his prime longer than Jordan's entire career. I'm sorry, folks. That means something. That doesn't hurt LeBron James' case. That helps it. And it's not LeBron's fault that Jordan retired 3 times. That's a knock against Jordan. The next thing I'll sit here and tell you is that this man was a champion on 3 different teams. Not just that, but within the second year of being on that team, he brought them to the promised land. That shows something. This narrative about him not being a winner is completely false. Wherever he goes, he wins. But it's a tougher air. It's not sitting there like they fighting on the court. The players today literally are way more skilled than the 90s players. I didn't say that they punch harder. I didn't say that they fought better. None of that. We got better shooters. We got more sophisticated defenses. We've got more sophisticated offenses. It's just as simple as that. This is a wide open thing that LeBron's playing in today. There wasn't even a legal defense back in the day when Jordan played. That meant something. LeBron's been the finals MVP for 3 different teams. I'm sorry. That shows he wins wherever he goes as well. He literally is the epitome of making his teammates better. You've seen it. He has the ball less in his hands than Jordan over his career. 33% usage for Jordan, almost 34. versus 32% for LeBron. And he still does more with the ball less in his hands. That's absolutely amazing. He shot the ball over his career 5 less attempts than Jordan and only trails him by 3 points. Come on, man. I already mentioned that he played in the most advanced era. This is just one of our folks in the chat said it's called evolution. I tell you right now, it was a point not made by me. I didn't generate this. I'm repeating it. Jesse Owens is one of the best track stars in the history of the game. He wouldn't even have qualified today, literally, for the NCAA championships. And he's one of the best track stars of all time. It's okay, folks. Over time, players get faster, stronger, and better. That happens in every single sport. It's been 30 years. Oh, I'm sorry, about 25 years since Jordan played. Let's wake up. How many coaches were Hall of Fames that LeBron had? I'll give you real quick, 0. Versus Jordan literally played with Dean Smith and Phil Jackson. What are we talking about? Let's just have the honest conversation. LeBron came in at 18 years old. He didn't model his game after a soul. He generated his own game from scratch without the assistance of that Hall of Fame level. That's why the coaching matters. He was the coach on the floor. Jordan was not. He's literally the most complete and versatile player ever to play the game. Stats back this up. That's why he has a career triple-double with 30,000 points, 10,000 assists, and 10,000 rebounds. I'm sorry to you Jordan fans that you think longevity doesn't matter, but that's extremely impressive. When it's all said and done, he is literally going to be the king of records and statistical dominance. It's not even going to be in question. You understand how many records this man's going to hold? How many advantages? That's why when this is really broken down, which this conversation did not go in, Jordan is one of the best to ever lace him up. But statistically, I'm sorry, he's not in that argument. His argument for the GOAT is not about stats. Let's just be honest there. And I'm not even trying to be funny, but who has a better playoff performance, collection of performances than LeBron James in the playoffs? Even in his losses, he was the best player on the court on both teams. How many times did Jordan lead both teams in rebounds, points, assists, blocks, steals, field goal percentage? I mean, what are we talking about here? Jordan never had to do that. He had Rodman to go do that. He had Pippen to go do that. And Jordan was able to focus on what he did best, and he only did it better than LeBron James by 3 points. Please stop being silly out here. And lastly, listen, this one's not even in question. The stats bear this out. If you go watch the highlights, you go look at the stats, there's not LeBron James is probably the best basketball genius to ever be on a basketball court. No one ever has said Jordan was one of the smartest players to ever play the game. I'm not even being funny. This is not hate. No one talks about Jordan's IQ. No one. He had 5 assists, and he wasn't because he was a playmaker. Let's just be real. It wasn't his role on that team. No one asked him to do that. Who knows if he could have? All I know is the truth, which I promised all my fans today, all the viewers. Just truth. LeBron James did it. We don't know what Jordan had in him. But I do know that boy could score the ball 3 more points a game. I rest my case.
Yeah. LeBron has done a lot. He's done a lot with great Hall of Famers and All Stars on his team too. So congrats to that man for sure. So anything else for the people before we wrap up?
No. I mean, this series isn't quite over. We're gonna let the the fans talk about this one. I want the comments. Bring it. We're gonna post TikTok clips. This video's going up. Comment, reach out, messages. We got tons of feedback on our last one. Tons of feedback. Some of us more than others got feedback. But this is a LeBron era where a lot of more people are on LeBron, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. So I get my co-host says, I give him credit. He stands in the fire. He didn't stand in there with me today, but for everybody else, he stands in the fire with these people in the comment sections and the messages and things of that nature. I give him much props to go against the grain. It's popular to say Jordan is it, but what you're actually arguing, you got people coming at you. It's a little bit harder. And for those that thinks it's easy, I don't know what to tell you, but I give him credit for that. Um, his wins in debates is like Jordan, is like LeBron's finals record. Let's go. Keep going. Go ahead.
Thank you everybody for reaching out with us today. Definitely appreciate it. We will be back next week. I think next week we'll probably talk about we can talk about longevity since we talked about it so much today. Obviously, that's going to be a quick and easy conversation for that one, and I'm admitting that as a Michael Jordan fan. So we'll talk about that next week. Definitely, we do have some other things that's going to be coming out for the week as well too. So stay tuned to our social media avenues, which is Facebook, YouTube. We will also have TikTok up. For you LeBron fans, this probably will be a good week for you for TikTok. So just look out for that. Also, what else am I missing? Spotify, Anchor.fm. We are also on that as well too. So definitely go check that out as well. But until next time, we will see you next week and also all this week.
Hey, co-host,
Yes, sir.
we good?
Of course.
A lot of
Of course.
passion, man. A lot of
Oh
passion.
yeah. Hey, you gotta go hard for your guy, just like I go hard for mine. So it's all good. I ain't tripping. So I
I don't
ain't
know if
tripping.
Jordan's a guy, but we'll let that ride. Go ahead.
Jordan is my guy is Steph, but
Okay,
I am
okay,
also I also love Jordan too. So
cool, cool.
uh but yep, peace out.